and gentlemen, welcome to UCLA and Royce Call. My name is Anastasia Lukairou-Sideris. I'm the Associate Provost for Academic Planning at UCLA and the Associate Dean for the Luskin School. And I'm the first person to welcome you here to celebrate our graduates. If I may ask you to please take your seats so that we can start. And I just want to convey to you a few things in regards to public safety, that the fire marshal requests that please remain at your seats throughout the whole ceremony. And at the end of the ceremony, please allow the graduates and the faculty to exit first and then exit to find your graduates. The ceremony is going to be photographed professionally, but you're very welcome to take your own photos as long as you stay at your seats. And last but not least, to just remind you to please turn off your cell phones and pagers throughout the ceremony. So in a couple of minutes, we are going to start. And thank you very much for your cooperation and welcome again. Okay, I got the signal, so please be seated. We're starting. please, the faculty and the candidates for the degrees be seated. You heard me welcoming you in English, but we have our student greeters who will welcome you in 18 different languages. So the student greeters, please come forward.
Hello everyone, my name is Takuma Matsubayashi. I will greet you in Japanese. 2018年 UCLA ラスキン公共政策大学院卒業式へようこそ。ありがとうございました。Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jorge, and I'll be greeting you in Spanish. Bienvenidos a la graduación de la clase 2018 de Luskin, de UCLA Luskin, Asuntos Públicos. Gracias.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nastasia Bernal, and I'll be greeting you in Tagalog. Mabuhay! Ikinagagalak po namin kayong makasama sa pagtapos ng mga mag-aaral ng Luskin School of Public Affairs. Thank you, and maraming salamat po.
Hello, my name is Sabrina Kim, and I'll be greeting you in Korean. 2018년도 러스킨 스쿨 오브 퍼블릭 어페어스 졸업식에 오신 분들을 환영합니다.
Hi, my name is Jeffrey Liu, and I'll be greeting you in Chinese Mandarin. 欢迎来到2018 UCLA Luskin School 公共事务学院毕业典礼，谢谢 ，Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Paloma Iotonini, and I'll be greeting you in Italian. Buongiorno, benvenuti alla cerimonia di laurea 2018 della Scuola Luskin d'Affari Pubblici nell'Università della California a Los Angeles. Grazie.
Hi, my name is Miriam Pinsky and I will be greeting you in German. Herzlich willkommen bei der 2018 Abschlussfeier der Universität von Kalifornien, Los Angeles, Schule für öffentliches Recht. Thank you.
Greetings, my name is Rylan Liu and I will be greeting you all in Icelandic. Velkommen til 2018 utskriftarartöfenar Háskólans Luskin.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mustafa Ghanem, and I'll be greeting you in Arabic. مرحبا بكم في حفل تخرج مدرسة لاسكن للشؤون العامة في جامعة كاليفورنيا لوس أنجلوس للعام 2018. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Tanya Honey and I'll be greeting you in French. Bienvenue à la cérémonie de remise de diplôme de l'école Luskin des affaires publiques de UCLA. Merci.
Good morning, my name is Sharon Stone and I'll be greeting you in Hebrew. שלום במיוחד למשפחתי, משפחת השטמקר, וברוכים הבאים לטקס הסיום של UCLA לוסקין 2018, בית הספר לעניינים ציבוריים.
Good morning, my name is Roxanne Yagubian and I'll be greeting you in Farsi. به فارغ التحصیلی عمومی اجتماعی UCLA لاسکین سال 2018 خوش آمدین.
Hi, my name is Farah and I'm going to greet you in Bahasa Indonesia. Selamat datang di upacara wisuda Sekolah Publik UCLA Luskin tahun 2018.
Hi, thank you. Hi, my name is Siwan. I will greet you in Wu Chinese. 欢迎来到2018年 UCLA Luskin 公共政策堂嘅畢業典禮，大家好 ，Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Marisol Granillo Arce and I will welcome you in Portuguese. Bem-vindo à formatura de 2018 da Escola de Assuntos Públicos da UCLA Luskin.
Good morning. My name is Christophe Labelle and I welcome you in Greek. So, Carlos Ilthatestin Tereti, Aponomis Dilomatis to 2018 tis Eholis Dimoson Ipotheson tis UCLA Luskin.
Good morning, my name is Serena Nguyen and I will be greeting you in Vietnamese. Xin chào mừng quý vị đã đến tham dự buổi lễ tốt nghiệp của trường đại học UCLA Luskin khoa xã hội học năm 2018. Xin cảm ơn.
Okay, so thank you very much, student greeters. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our dean, Gary Segura.
Good morning. On behalf of the UCLA Luskin School of Public Affairs, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome all of you, family and friends, faculty and staff, and most importantly, the graduates of the class of 2018 to this, our commencement. We are privileged to have with us today as our commencement speaker, the Honorable Rusty Bailey, Mayor of the City of Riverside and a UCLA Luskin alum. We are also joined today by Susan Rice, who retired this year after 5 years as the chair of the Luskin School Advisory Board, and we deeply appreciate her service. And as always, we acknowledge Meyer and Rini Luskin, whose generosity has made so much of what we do at the Luskin School possible, and whose friendship and advice have been a cornerstone of our support. Absolutely. Today is a celebration of all that you, our graduates, have accomplished. Each of you has completed a course of study, culminating in a master's or doctoral degree, and some of you have earned dual degrees in Luskin and with other schools at UCLA. In addition, some of you have engaged in additional work to study and prepare yourself for global challenges. Would those students who completed the certificate in Global Public Affairs please rise to be recognized? But you'll have to forgive me if I tell you that our celebration today is less about what you've already done and far more about what you are expected to do. The Luskin School of Public Affairs has a mission to support human well-being. We study ways to make individuals, families, communities, and polities function better for the improvement of the quality of lives of all those affected. You have had a chance to work with our award-winning and distinguished faculty with whom I have the privilege to work every day. Students in this cohort have been able to work on urgent human needs, including greenhouse gas reduction, interventions with at-risk youth, prison population reduction, fighting displacement and gentrification, cannabis regulation, exploring the impacts of technological innovation, documenting the harms of gun violence and the effectiveness of solutions, access to home ownership and the growing tragedy of homelessness in Los Angeles, and meaningful economic mobility both here at home and in the developing world. Each day, I hear a new story of the work being done by Luskin faculty and students together. This year, we launched a new initiative to explore the policy challenges facing Latinos in California, another to focus on the economic development in the global South. We began planning for a long-term exploration of Latin American cities, explored harm reduction in South African youth born with HIV, documented the quality of life of all in Los Angeles County, trained community leaders in Watts, strategized about criminal justice reform and the challenges of reentry, and on and on and on. You helped us welcome 4 new faculty to the school this year, and you helped us select 9 new faculty who will join us next fall. And this year, we started enrolling students in our new undergraduate major. I am reminded every day of how remarkable and special it is to be part of the Luskin School of Public Affairs, and what a distinct privilege it is to work with students like you who will go forward and carry on our efforts. So beyond merely congratulating you, I want to thank you, maybe prematurely, for all that you expect to do and all that you have learned and take to the public. We live in perilous times. You enter a career in public well-being at a time when long-standing assumptions about our values as a society are challenged in ways most of us had never imagined possible. It would be easy for you to focus on career, to care for yourself and your family, to just get busy. But be warned, as Thoreau pointed out, it is not enough to be industrious, so are the ants. What are you industrious about? People are being demonized. That's not new. Unarmed people are shot with impunity. That's not new either, though we're now really understanding the dimensions of the challenge and the problem. But today, here in the United States of America, 10,000 children are being held in detention, in cages with foil blankets ripped from their parents' arms. Over 1,400 of them have been misplaced, gone missing, some likely into child trafficking. The country plans to build a camp to hold 5,000 more children. What are you going to do about this? What are you going to do about this? Indeed, what am I going to do about this? One final assignment. Act. Act on this or any of a dozen other major challenges facing the United States and the world. Do not succumb to fatigue. Do not be dispirited. Act. Make this world better. Make this country what it aspires to be. Don't be merely industrious, but live mindfully. Again, I quote Thoreau, "Do what you love. Know your own bone. Gnaw at it, bury it, unearth it, and gnaw it again. Do not be too moral. Aim above morality. Be not simply good. Be good for something." We are deeply proud of each and every one of you. Remember us here at Luskin, and congratulations.
Dean Segura for very inspiring speech. And now it's the time that everybody's waiting for, the degrees. And I would like to ask Chair J.R. DeShazo to come forward for the presentation of the public policy, actually it's first the student award, sorry, and introduction of the department's student speaker. You have to wait a little bit longer for the degrees.
Good morning. This year's recipient of the Public Policy Student Award is Isaac Bryan. Will he come forward? Isaac was selected to receive the MPP Student of the Year Award. Isaac, congratulations. Next, it's my honor to introduce Ramadeem Korp, who will give the student address for public policy.
Good morning. I'm going to be a little nervous, so I'm going to just say that ahead. Okay. Thank you, Chair DeShazo and Luskin faculty. I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity and privilege to speak today. To my fellow Master of Public Policy classmates, we did it. But we didn't do it alone. There's a concept in the Sikh faith called Sangat. At its very core, it means community. So I want to start off our morning by thanking our Sangats, by thanking our families, our professors, our friends, our well-wishers, and of course our haters. This entire community kept us grounded, motivated, and committed during our academic journey. I know we would not be standing here without your support and commitment to our well-being. Hopefully now we can explain what public policy means. I once heard someone from another MPP program, yes, there's other MPP programs, say, I'm getting a master's in the master's tools. And this struck a chord with me. For years, public policy has been used to forward racist practices in housing, transportation, labor, to name a few, through local zoning ordinances that isolate Black and Latino communities, from predatory lending that takes advantages of poor folks, the fact that Flint still doesn't have clean water. Public policy is still all those things. But in my hands, in our hands, it can mean so much more. In our hands, having a master's in public policy means having the tools to upend status quo and to absolutely disrupt those narratives. It is against this backdrop that my classmates and I sat so many times in the Luskin Commons, at dinner, and obviously happy hour, imagining for ourselves a progressive future, a future rooted in a thriving multi-ethnic, multiracial, equitable community where Black Lives Matter, undocumented is no longer a word, and where upward economic mobility is a reality for all. Our optimism is rooted in our own stories and our struggles. We are the best examples of what happens when government provides good resources, when people before us fought for our rights, and when our resilient communities need us to thrive. We are the culminations of our ancestors, of freedom fighters, of rebels, of radicals, of those who had the audacity to question and to challenge and to change their realities. We are the children of immigrants, all of us, looking for new pathways, new journeys to improve the world we find ourselves in. We are the future. And for this future, we have sacrificed. We've sat through Professor Shaw's economics classes. We have sat through Professor Yin's statistics courses. But these classes have given us the tools to write reports in academic languages that speaks truth to our realities. For 2 years, we have been mastering the master's tools. And now we can take these tools to our communities, to our Sanghats that raised us, the Sanghats that inspired us, and uplift the voices of communities too often overlooked. We may be the future, but to ensure that the generations after us continue to have a future, we need to be those freedom fighters, those rebels, those radicals, those peoples that had the audacity to question, to challenge, and to change the unjust narratives we see in this world. And I stand here in front of you, the daughter of 2 amazing immigrant parents, raised in the City of Angels, and public school educated, shout out to my Bears. My dad crossed borders to provide his entire family with the opportunity to have a better future. My mom crossed oceans to create a multi-ethnic, multiracial community, always reminding me that we can achieve anything. I'm the daughter of those dreamers. I often joke with my father that if he had gotten an education in engineering, because he's really great at fixing things, maybe life would have been easier. But he always reminds me that he never had the opportunity. Opportunities are not provided equally or equitably, but those who have the opportunities need to commit to opening doors for others. When we go into the real world, we have the responsibility to speak truth to power, to share the lived experiences of our communities, and I know we are committed to this. And as change agents, we're gonna rewrite history and those unjust public policies. And I want to end with sharing another concept that permeates this faith. It's Chardi Kala, which roughly translates to living in eternal optimism. It's something I've tried to internalize, and I see that every day with my classmates. My peers are the epitome of a community committed to social, economic, environmental, and racial justice. They are committed to creating a society rooted in restorative justice, a society where all people's lives are valued. And for this future, I'm so excited for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ramandeep. And now I would like to ask Chair Laura Abrams to come forward for the presentation of the Social Welfare Student Award and introduction of this department's student speaker.
Thank you. This year's recipient of the Social Welfare Student Award is Sandra Delgado. Will she please come forward? She was selected to receive the Social Welfare Outstanding Student of the Year Award based on her scholarship, her commitment to the profession, and her unwavering passion for social justice. Congratulations. Next, I would like to introduce Gabriela Hernandez, who will give the student address for social welfare.
Good morning, Luskin family, faculty, and staff. A special welcome and thank you to all the social welfare faculty and staff and social welfare graduating class of 2018. Today, I'm not here to paint a narrative or story of perfection. I am here to share the not so pretty side of hard work. I want to acknowledge and validate the hardship and pain that some folks sitting out here today have faced. But first, I want to say that I do not represent all the narratives of all people of color, because I have light skin and intersectionality is real. I also want to name the fact that as marginalized folks, some of our identities are visible and others must remain hidden for our safety. Secondly, I want to acknowledge mi bella familia, who's probably thinking and hoping that I just say nice things. Sorry, y'all. Mami, papi, I want to make it clear that I am grateful. I want to make it clear that this day is historic for me and for us. Remember, you taught me this fight. You fought so I could continue fighting. Today, after years of difficult work, I have reclaimed my anger. I am no longer ashamed to be angry. I call my anger passion. There is no better way that I can communicate this passion than with a poem I wrote to display my journey in this MSW program. My hopes is that this piece resonates for some of y'all. I wrote this to remind us that no matter how far from slavery and segregation we have gone, there is still hella work to be done. Here it goes. They tell us that they care about us because they have come a long way. Our different shades of brown and black are now displayed all over campus as proof that we should stay. Our first and last names are now rolling off their tongues a little bit easier. Tell me, is that liberation? Should I feel freer? The master's tools will never dismantle the master's house. Audre Lorde's words continue to replay in my mind, especially as I think about today. Is working a 9-to-5 job liberating me or my people? Is my master's degree really making us equal? I keep wishing I had an evidence-based practice to determine how to dismantle the system. All I have now is a diploma on its way as proof that I survived the institutional racism. I now can say I lived through another higher education institution, but what about my people, my students, the folks planning the real revolution? How will my dreams align with their freedom? How will I allow them to wear the crown of this desolate kingdom? Desolate because we profit from their oppression. Desolate because we create poverty than our careers to sustain it. Desolate because we will graduate with all the best intention. Desolate because with that intention, we continue to silence folks and say it wasn't my intention. This institution was not created with people like me in mind. Let's process being admitted, graduated, and successful from a community that was not constructed with people like me in mind. The brick walls and fresh green grass were never meant for us to see, at least not in hopes of ever getting a master's degree. Maybe to clean, to maintain, to upkeep, but never for its beauty, status, or wealth for us to reap. Being up here has me feeling like an imposter. How can a space created with my exclusion ever claim my inclusion? These last 2 years, I felt like an imposter. As I convinced myself every day I was not intellectual enough because my language sounded different. I feel like an imposter because what I learned about poverty and oppression was not learned through a textbook or a published peer-reviewed article. Tell me, how is the juxtaposition of my mental health deterioration at the hands of respectability, politics, and classroom self-care conversation possible? I have felt like an imposter all my life. Grad school just brought it all out to teach me to fight. Grad school gave me so much more than I allowed it to take from me. Black and brown last names on these diplomas is what you call resiliency. This is just a reminder, a validation, that this moment is monumental. Do not mistake our existence in this space as coincidental. You were meant to be here. You are here. Let them know you are here. Let that broken English and hood politics be heard. Your ancestors did not work this hard so that you can keep in those brilliant words. Today marks the beginning of another long journey, because for those of us con el nopal en la frente, con la pupusa en la mente, will continue to feel like the imposter. Because there are folks sitting out here today who will never feel safe around police. We will continue to feel like the imposters. I and those with identities as complex as our inability to feel safe in this institution, I and us, I and we will be challenged to fight. But we are strong. Isn't that right? All this to say to everyone sitting here today, I urge you to also remember my following words. The work does not end when you cross the stage. You were born to fight for life. I refuse to let this diploma allow my fight to fade. The work does not end when we cross the stage. It marks the beginning. Let my words sink in. Feel what you gotta feel, then please turn that page. The work does not end when we cross the stage. Smile, because you deserve it. But do not forget all those still trapped in a cage. The work does not end when you cross the stage. You call it rage. You call it anger. It's passion. Let us hold each other up. Together, let us take action. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gabriela. You're certainly not an imposter, and no one at Luskin should feel it as an imposter. Thank you very much. I would now like to ask Chair Vineet Mukherjee to come forward for the presentation of the Urban Planning Student Award and introduction of this department's student speaker.
This year's recipient of the Urban Planning Student Award is Liana Katz. Will she come forward, please? Liana was selected to receive the Dean's Award for Overall Excellence in Urban Planning. Congratulations, Liana. Now I would like to introduce Aleli Janine Balagar, who will give the student address for urban planning.
Hi, everyone. I am standing here before you because my sense of responsibility is greater than the fear I hold. My anger at the accumulation of past and present injustices to women, gender non-binary, and communities of color is grander than the shaking of my voice. I'm a daughter of 2 immigrants, And while me and my 3 siblings are American-born, my parents sacrificed the third world future for 4 children who will never know their homeland, the Philippines. My dad served 20 years in the US Navy for us to earn 4 bachelor's, 1 teaching credential, and this master's degree, yet I still fear that my loved ones will be treated differently upon my uncle's immigration here in August. I'm a survivor of sexual assault. Though I'm treated as an equal in my cohort and judged on the merits of my work, I navigate mental illness, depression, and anxiety almost every day. After a tiring Title IX process, I got my assaulter dismissed from UC Berkeley. And while I still have nightmares to this day, I am determined to live fully, speak as loudly as I can, and I am so grateful to be here because I wholeheartedly believe in the power of community-based, transformative, and collective healing. These graduates before us have helped me through this battle. I am deeply humbled to present the urban planning graduating class of 2018. They are kind, passionate, honest, forthright, and unwavering in their vision. We started together from very different backgrounds, built a foundation informed by the ways in which planning's racist and discriminatory history led up to the revealing 2017 presidential election. We coped, cried, marched in the streets, and danced mindlessly. We held space for one another, shared family stories over food, and we traveled to Japan, Mexico City, Tijuana, New Orleans, the Philippines, and Indonesia together. We hosted each other in our families' homes and worked on group projects till the sun rose, and we presented at Google and multiple city halls. Most importantly, we imagined better, more equitable cities together. We understand that not all of us share the same experiences. While we can all agree how impactful and challenging this program has been, some of us have fought harder battles to be here today. Imposter syndrome is a legitimate experience even for myself as I stand here. In knowing that academia was not intended for women or students of color in the first place, our voice and vision matters. I'm indebted to the women faculty of color who allowed me space to shed tears and breathe in their office hours. Academia perpetuates trauma when it fails to acknowledge the differences in our backgrounds. How harrowing it was to learn about America's racist planning policies, its systemic spatial injustices whose impact today emboldens some while silences others. The same health disparities we quantify in GIS and statistics affect students at Luskin in their classrooms. Yet we had to seek our own resources, build our own communities of care and resistance to generations of trauma passed down. We must acknowledge that the land we occupy today is stolen land from the Gabrielino Tongva people. And that Native, Indigenous people exist and are still fighting for visibility. The disparities we learn in this program are not siloed from the world we live in. Communities across the globe are still fighting for their right to land and livelihood. While hundreds of Indigenous communities in the Philippines are fighting to preserve for their natural resources against foreign mining corporations, those same private forces are illegally taking land in the US for more oil pipelines, more toxic oil spills. Capitalism continues to destroy our environment while the Trump administration denies the stark reality of climate change. Whales wash up dead with plastic waste. Earthquakes and hurricanes proliferate the lack of infrastructural investment and disaster response. Volcanoes regularly erupt and fire seasons occur year-round in California. These natural and unnatural disasters affect the livelihoods of families across the globe, forcing parents to make the hard decision of migrating north with the uncertainty of their children's futures. Meanwhile, at our border, ICE is literally ripping families apart, placing migrant children in cages or losing them to traffickers, and denying asylum to migrant victims of domestic violence. We must acknowledge and understand that we are entering systems that impact migration and livelihood, and we must acknowledge our complicity in maintaining these systems that reproduce trauma. We must be vigilant and proactive in our fight. It is with our collective bravery that we may envision working towards system change from every angle. We must be explicit in our vision, in our anti-displacement, anti-erasure, anti-colonial strategies. Planning shapes places and molds people. Our work as planners does not begin as a clean slate or end at the plans we produce. Cities are messy, living, and interdependent. As with healing or any justice work, cities are an iterative process and require constant community feedback. We must cultivate community and care through the distress of these times. We must understand the human scale of our work, the lived experiences of the people we will be facing and those we are working with. We must take care of those around us, check in with each other, and check in with ourselves. Grassroots interventions like creating safe spaces are equally as valid as marches in the street. Change must happen on all fronts, and what is modest and inward-facing will protrude outward in the rest of our work. America is not just a melting pot of cultures. It is a celebration of our differences alongside our accomplishments. Look around the room. Nod to your neighbors and feel your compassion for the other. Our people are resilient. Now that we've learned these tools and we've learned these histories, how will we respond to this shift in our lives, in this pivotal moment in America? What will we do with the weight of today? How will we lift up and empower those who have been systematically shut out? We will and we must be of service. We will and we must serve the people. In Tagalog, the word bayan refers to country and people. To our friends and family, my fellow Americans, and all those belonging to diaspora, ang lahat ng ito ay para sa'yo, bayan ko. All of this is for all of you, my people, my country. Thank you and congratulations to the graduating class of 2018.
Thank you, Aleli, and thanks again to all three speakers. Their speeches have been extremely inspiring and moving, more than I can remember in recent years. So we are now starting indeed with the degrees, truly this time. We are first going to present the doctoral candidates. Actually, yesterday afternoon, the university, in a hooding ceremony, conferred the doctoral degrees to the PhD students, but we also would like to present them to you today and honor them as part of our celebration. You can't hear me? I don't know what's I don't know how to apologize again. Today I'm completely off. I have been doing this for quite some time, but I guess it has something to do with the speeches, I have to tell you that. So we're going to have our commencement speaker that I easily managed to jump over, and so I really apologize once again.
For those of you who don't know, our Associate Dean, Anastasia Lucaitis-Sedaris, is responsible for overseeing all of the faculty appointments and promotions and personnel process, 3 departments, 6 research institutes. She does a wonderful job. So please acknowledge our associate. William R. Rusty Bailey III is in his 2nd term as the mayor of the city of Riverside, California, a city of more than 300,000 Californians. Rusty is a native of Riverside and was first elected to the post of mayor in 2012 after having previously served as a member of the city council. Rusty Bailey's leadership of Riverside has been characterized by a willingness to put human well-being at the forefront of his city's agenda. The mayor's efforts have included a focus on sustainability and green development, enhancing mass transit, the establishment of new museums, and a growing, sizable arts community, working on early childhood education, and countless other initiatives. His administration has focused more than merely maintaining a high quality of life for its middle-class residents. Rather, under his direction, the city has devoted considerable efforts to addressing the needs and the severe challenges of the city's homeless population. In our first meeting some months ago, Mayor Bailey described to me his plans to eliminate homelessness among veterans in Riverside with a broad-based effort of both the city and the city's communities of faith. Mayor Bailey graduated in 1994 from the United States Military Academy at West Point, but more importantly for us, in 1999, Mayor Bailey received a Master of Public Policy from the Luskin School of Public Affairs. In 2013, Mayor Bailey was recognized as the MPP Alumnus of the Year. It is a rare privilege to welcome back an alum as our commencement speaker, and there is no one whose work is more fitting to honor as part of today's celebration than Rusty. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our 2018 commencement speaker, the Honorable Rusty Bailey, Mayor of Riverside.
Man, I have to follow those three incredible speakers. That's not right. That's not right. Not just speakers, activists. Let's give them another round of applause for their incredible. And I understand, Anastasia, that the mayor last year was late. He wasn't on time. So not Riverside, Mayor, not Riverside. Maybe that's why there was a little bit of mix-up in the program. First and foremost, congratulations, graduates of the Luskin School of Public Affairs, class of 2018. This is a celebration, and this is a culmination. A celebration for a job well done by you, your professors, our school's administration, and your friends and families for supporting you through this rigorous and robust adventure. It's also a culmination of all your education and experience to this point in your life. You just completed the 18th grade, or more if you're wearing one of those special doctoral hats. I say again, congrats to all the graduates for completing your advanced degrees in public policy, social welfare, and urban planning. The bottom line up front for this speech is this. I was sitting where you were almost 20 years ago, wearing the same gear, in fact, sans the hat. And this institution gave me the tools, the confidence, and the network I needed to achieve my ultimate career goal of serving as the mayor of my hometown. But before I go any further, a happy pre-Father's Day to all you dads out there. Where are my proud papas in the audience? I'm sure you're excited to see your son or daughter walk across the stage, grab that diploma, and go to work. Amen? Parents, success like this starts at home. And so kudos to you all for setting your Bruins up for success in this world. And as one of the great dads ever, John Wooden once said, the most important thing in the world is family and love. And speaking of family, I have three beautiful ladies with me today, my wife Judy and two daughters, Elizabeth and Julia, both future Bruins, of course. I wanted them to experience the ceremony and meet some change agents who are ready and willing to make a difference in their neighborhoods, across our cities, and throughout the world. I want them to feel inspired and hopeful about their future here in Southern California, notwithstanding the challenges we all face, a housing shortage, a homelessness crisis, climate change, and a never-ending flow of vehicles and pollutants. Sorry for the downer there. That's it, I promise. But if there's any group of people prepared to tackle these issues and others unmentioned, it is you. It is you. UCLA Luskin School graduates, you are equipped with a well-rounded toolkit that includes social advocacy, policy analysis, and community development, along with an incredible network of professors, research centers, and alumni to keep you encouraged, motivated, and accountable. I typically organize my speeches in 3 parts, beginning with gratitude, then extol a little philosophy, and end with a challenge. So, thank you, Dean Gary Segura, for inviting me back to my alma mater to address this gathering today. I enjoyed our meeting earlier in the year and was very impressed and excited about your vision for the future of our school. I believe everything rises and falls on leadership. And Luskin is rising because of you and your administration and these graduates. But I really need to go back further and thank the admissions board for letting me join 20 other public policy pioneers back in the fall of '97. They took a chance on admitting an Army guy with mediocre grades who had a love for and desire to improve his hometown. The board actually sent me a thanks but no thanks letter and then called me back a week later to rescind it. I'm going to give Maciek the credit for that. So a lesson learned there is never count yourself out and pick up the phone when UCLA calls. Much gratitude also to my thesis advisor, Professor Michael Stoll, for his patience and perseverance, for keeping me on track and on target to graduate in 2 years. I was hoping to stay a little longer. I wanted a real college experience, especially compared to my undergraduate years at West Point. And so while I was going to school here, I was known for my innovative barbecue policy, which brought our 3 disciplines together in the sculpture garden on Friday afternoons. I heard you all had pretty fun barbecue party last night, so thanks for keeping that tradition up. Also, many thanks to my mentor and friends, Governor and Kitty Dukakis, who inspired me to walk precincts and get the vote out to the polls on more than one occasion in my political life. Yeah, thank you. I'm sure you all have connections like this and stories like these. So I want to encourage you all to reach out to your mentors and professors before you leave today to let them know how much they have impacted your life. They need to hear that just as much as you need to tell them. I looked through the website and read the most recent Luskin Forum magazine to prepare for this speech, and I'm sure that I wouldn't be admitted if I had to compete for a spot today. You all are some incredibly accomplished and hardworking students. From field placements and internships to applied policy projects and planning capstones, your work rate and your work products are already impacting communities around the world. Thank God I applied in the 90s. So I am truly honored and grateful that UCLA gave me the chance to improve myself some 2 decades ago, to learn and grow and connect like no other period of time in my life. I'm also glad you changed the name of the school from Spazzers, SPPSR, to SPA. Just sounds so much more appealing. When VC Pal contacted me to speak at Commencement, I was on a sister city visit to Coautla, Mexico, the center of Mexico, Heroica Histórica Coautla. So I want to thank you, VC. I want to thank you for reaching, give her a hand. VC, thank you for reaching out to me and for accepting my international call. I hope you didn't get in trouble for that. VC, as you know, is such an incredible human being and an incredible connector for our school. Thanks again, VC. Here's the philosophy part. We really need to put more weight, pay more attention to people's goals and aspirations. The human spirit and individual willpower can overcome a lot of inadequacies, both physical and mental. Flying over the Sonoran Desert, coming back from that sister city trip to Mexico, put into perspective the willpower of individuals looking for another life in the United States. It's a very similar story to the pioneers who survived the Arizona and Mojave deserts. You have to respect anyone who puts their body and mind through that ordeal. Especially when most people crossing don't have a family or friend to welcome them when they get to the other side, to their destination. The adventure that begins on one side of the desert continues, sometimes for generations, before they arrive in the promised land. When Moses led his tribe through the desert, they moaned and groaned and doubted his leadership, even when they were provided everything they needed to survive. And even Moses let doubt creep into his calling from time to time. My point here is that as you continue your life adventure through trials and tribulations, celebrations and victories, keep your mind and heart focused on the destination and make sure you take a friend. My family came to Riverside in 1914 across the Great Plains as farmers from Missouri, and 100 years later, they have a judge and a mayor in their lineage. Where did your family come from? We heard some of that today. You should know that. You should respect that. You should be proud of that. What will be your desert to cross? How can you push your mind and your body to the limit to improve yourself and your society? You better get comfortable being uncomfortable. Here's where this commencement address may be a little different than others. I want you to take out your phone, if you have one. Were you allowed to bring your phones in today, or they take them away? Take out your phone, okay? Go to the app. Go to the Notes app. I want you to write something down. Write in your Notes app a couple of things. What does your destination look like? What does your destination look like? In other words, what is your ultimate career goal? Dream with me a bit. Anybody want to be a mayor out there? All right. I want to help you get there. I have the playbook. I hope you all are at least considering some form of public service. Write down an image of that destination and what it will take to get there, and who in this world can help you get there. Many of them in this room today. Take some time to do that for the remainder of this speech. Because there will be a desert to cross. There will be hardships in your life. But Luskin has prepared you to handle it. Now, after you finish that assignment, I want you to send that note to someone you trust. That's someone who will help you reach that destination, those goals. That's someone who cares about your future. And include me in that equation. My number is 951-801-8439. 951, I'm serious. 951-801-8439. Send it to me, and I will be your accountability buddy. We all need accountability, and we all need someone in our lives with whom we can share our goals and our aspirations. Someone who will challenge and push when we need to stretch toward that goal. And someone who will support our aspirations without any expectation of payback when those goals are achieved. So while you do that, I want to share my promised land with you. Here are my hopes and dreams, goals, and aspirations for the next 10 years or so. I hope someday that we can provide adequate housing and services to our neighbors without homes. I hope that our global temperatures begin to fall instead of rise. I hope that my daughters will be able to afford a home in Riverside. And I hope we can design and build our cities without cars dominating the discussion. I have hopes too. And I need you to keep me hoping. And I need your families to keep you encouraged and motivated. And I need your professors to continue to inspire and stretch the minds of our graduates. As we expand our minds and reach our goals, we prove to ourselves and to others that a desert is not enough to stop us from dreaming. That mountains are meant to be climbed and oceans crossed, and problems are meant to be solved. Luskin has given you the tools to more than survive. So with your help, I'm ready to get back out there to my city and make things happen. And here's the final challenge. Here's the final challenge for you Luskin graduates out there, especially. Let's not just do it. That's a low bar set for Trojans. let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Go out into this world and make things happen for your neighbors, for your families, and for humanity. May God bless you all, and may God continue to bless this incredible school, UCLA Luskin.
Thank you, Mayor Bailey. Well, nobody's going to believe me from now on, whatever I say, so. But we are now indeed going to present the doctoral students. They have already been conferred their degree yesterday afternoon, as I started telling you, in a university-wide ceremony, but we still want to celebrate them. So first, we would like to ask Chair Laura Abrams from the Department of Social Welfare to present this department's PhD candidate, or rather, already they have their PhDs.
Thank you. Yes, it is time, and it is my pleasure to call to the stage our doctoral candidate this year, Matthew Mizell. Dr. Mizell has been with us for 6 years in the combined MSW PhD program. The title of his dissertation is A Plea for Justice, Racial Bias in Pretrial Decision-Making. Matthew is a criminal justice scholar, a social welfare scholar, and he will be staying here in Los Angeles as an associate policy researcher at the RAND Corporation. And I know Dr. Mizell will stay close to us here at Luskin, and congratulations.
Congratulations. And now I would like to ask Chair Vineet Mukherjee from the Department of Urban Planning, who is going to call the PhD advisors and the PhD candidates from this department.
It's my pleasure to call to the stage the PhD faculty advisors and their urban planning doctoral graduates right now.
Well, keeping with the military idea here, we have a battalion of PhDs apparently coming through, so we're very happy about that. One of the things that I have been listening to in our discussions, but not listening for, but not hearing too much, is about the questions of planetary problems that we're going to be facing. And we would all hate it if the world, the planet, said to us what Marlene Dietrich said to Orson Welles as he was just about to be killed. is future. You have no future. Your future is all used up. And we really do need to think very carefully about the biotic and planetary processes which are going to be structuring the world we come to live in. And certainly at this moment, many of these border questions that we're seeing have an amplifier, which is climate change. I'm delighted to introduce to you a student who has been working on these questions of climate change and the global energy transition, Sean Kennedy. His PhD thesis is The Global Energy System, the Contradictions of Emerging Geographies of Energy and Finance in Indonesia and California. Now, you would say, Indonesia, California, what? Wait. And many said, Sean, it can't be done. But he proved the doubters wrong, and those who who said, let him be free range, he'll figure it out. He's been working on the comparative studies of transitions to renewable energy sources and their contradictions and complexities. So while we are in favor of these movements, they turn out to hinge on things like bankability, on power structures, political power structures, and also have perverse outcomes. And also, they're highly conflictive because they're taking place in the peri-urban areas. So there are a lot of competing forces and a lot of competing economies. So in this sense, he's produced a landmark thesis, and his trajectory looks extremely interesting. He's going to be a postdoc at the Institute of the Environment and Sustainability here, and for Father's Day types, he's having his second baby. I don't know how he went through graduate school with one, but his second baby in August. Okay, please.
I'm Martin Wax, and it's my honor to present Dr. Jamie Sarah Letterman. Jamie came to UCLA having previously studied economics and law and having been a practicing attorney in New York City. Her really original research looked into the relationships between regional planning, transportation finance, and advanced planning for habitat conservation under the Endangered Species Act, ending in a dissertation entitled Lessons from Transportation Agency Participation in Regional Conservation Initiatives. Jamie will stay at UCLA as a postdoctoral scholar at both the UCLA Institute for Transportation Studies, where she's working on projects related to transportation finance, and at the Sustainable LA Grand Challenge, where she's working on a sustainability plan for Los Angeles County. Congratulations, Jamie.
I'm Brian Taylor. I'm a faculty member in the Department of Urban Planning, and I'm honored to introduce to you Anne Elizabeth Brown. Anne Brown's doctoral dissertation examines equity in Lyft, Uber, and taxi services. She finds very high levels of shared ride Lyft line use in low-income neighborhoods and scandalous levels of discrimination against African Americans in taxi services. Her research has already caused a stir among governments that regulate these services. Anne had 2 interviews for faculty positions this year. She got them both. But she only took one of them. She will begin this fall as an assistant professor of planning, public policy, and management at the University of Oregon in Eugene. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Ann Brown.
My name is Leo Estrada. I'm very pleased today because I'm going to introduce you to three remarkable students that I've had the pleasure to work with over the past few years. Marcia Hill is someone that I have worked with as an undergraduate, as a master's student, and a PhD student. Her concerns are about climate change and the aging water systems, infrastructure systems of our cities. Most importantly, she's tied these two things to something which is very important, and that's the potential that the failure of these systems have upon human security. Her study is a three-country study that includes the United States and Greece and also Turkey. Her dissertation is titled Cities as Instruments of Human Security, Transitions in Urban Water Systems and Public Water. She will be joining the faculty as an assistant professor in the Peace and Conflict Department in the School of Public Policy at the University of North Carolina, Greensboro, in a few months. Please join me in congratulating Marcia Rose Hale. The country of Mexico decided to build almost 2 million low-income households with energy efficiency features in them. This is one of the largest projects ever in the world in terms of this, what they call the Green Mortgage Program. Paloma, who is from Mexico, Hermosillo, Mexico, her dissertation asked the question, did it make any difference? And so her title of her dissertation is Energy Efficiency in Low-Income Households, an analysis of Mexico's Green Mortgage Program. Please join she will be teaching this summer at the Graduate School of Business at the Anderson School, and then next year start seriously looking for a job. So please join me in congratulating Paloma Giotonini Padilla. When I write my autobiography, I have a special section in there for Michelle. Michelle has been a remarkable individual to work with. Her interest is in historic preservation. And she joined a Pan-Asian Federal Advisory Committee and went back to study the dynamics, both of the National Park Service that sponsors these advisory boards, but also the dynamics within the advisory committee. Michelle has been an activist for many years, an organizer, and she's one of those people who I'm proud to say I know will be a scholar activist. Michelle is raising her fist in solidarity for the unions that are on strike. She is currently the Associate Director in the School of Public Policy Center for Social Innovation at UC Riverside. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Michelle Magalon.
I'd like to introduce Hugo Sarmiento. Hugo's parents migrated to this country from El Salvador, and throughout his master's program and his PhD program at Luskin, he's always been committed to a community of people who are marginalized, excluded, but who nonetheless find their voice and demonstrate their power. And his sense of that community has expanded to really a global community of people who are informal workers, informal settlers, communities all over the world who are grappling with these issues. And his dissertation, which is a remarkable, groundbreaking, multi-method analysis of a resettlement program in Colombia that was directed at informal settlements in the name of climate adaptation, continues that theme of work. His title is Bogotá Humana's Climate Resettlements, Displacement, and the Limits of Housing Markets in Colombia. Please join, let me just mention that he'll be teaching at the Luskin School next year and will continue to do great things. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Hugo Sarmiento.
Good morning. I'm so happy to be here. It's my great pleasure and honor to present to you the newly minted Dr. Ajin Lee. She is this year's outstanding doctorate student in urban planning. She epitomizes the type of graduate students we as faculty all hope for, wish for. That is an excellent scholar who is passionately engaged in community to fight for social justice. Her dissertation is entitled The Role of Race and Ethnicity in the Spatial Construction of Neighborhoods and Housing Choice. This coming fall, Ajin will start as assistant professor at the University of Oklahoma. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, it's me again. Carol Turley Bulgaris' dissertation received the highest honor that the Planning Academy bestows on doctoral research. It examines the troubling tendency to underestimate costs and overestimate benefits of large public transportation projects and evaluates efforts to reduce this forecasting bias. This January, she began as an assistant professor of civil and environmental engineering at the California Polytechnic University, San Luis Obispo. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Turley Bulgaris.
And now we're going to present to you the candidates for the Master of Public Policy. I would like to ask Professors J.R. DeShazo and Manisha Shah to present the candidates, and Dean Gary Segura will confer the degree.
Will the candidates for the Masters of Public Policy please rise? You guys head here. Dean Gary Segura, I present to you the candidates for the Masters of Public Policy. On behalf of the faculty of the Department of Public Policy, I certify that these candidates have fulfilled the rigorous requirements of the MPP degree.
By the power vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I bestow upon you the degree Master of Public Policy and all the rights and privileges thereof. Congratulations.
Xiaofei Lai. Xiaoyu Jun. Wenjang Li. Wei Gong. Lily Sofiani. Bei Zhao. Tanya Honey. Alexander Pa Hin Fang. Chris Chen. Farah Anisa Satyavati. Hillary Sheffield Smith. Marissa Connor. Parshan Hosravi. Christophe Laurent Labelle. Verdiana Auger Velez. Ania Mieko Yoshizumi. Taylor Ray Wyatt. Caleb Lawrence Thomas Rabinowitz. Rahul Sen. Zachary Scheffler. Edon Kohanim. Zev Menachem Horowitz. Ramandeep Kaur. Anya Titova. Rachel Lynn Leco. Karina Post. Daniel James Coltalero. Tyler Wright Aguirre. Mackenzie Racy. CN Meng. Yuharu Nagiri. Alan Nguyen. Gina Charusambat. Alvin Tang. Estefania Zavala. Sarah Bertner. Eric Louise Shaddle. Ruby Ramirez. Samuel Isaac Blake. Takuma Matsubayashi. Yichuan Yuan. Yusuke Onishi. Emi Aoki. Mika Sugawara. Delvin St. Turner. Shelby Marie King. Vanessa Feng Ni Lam. Isaac Gregory Bryan. Sofia Fabulosa Espinosa. Avery Dang Doe. Joe Torres.
Okay, congratulations, public policy. And now, we will present the candidates for the Master of Social Welfare. Professors Laura Abrams and Jean Moyo will present the candidates, and Dean Gary Segura will confer the degree.
Will the candidates for the Master of Social Welfare please stand? Dean Segura, I present to you the candidates for the Master of Social Welfare. On behalf of the faculty of the Department of Social Welfare, I certify that these candidates have fulfilled the rigorous requirements of the MSW degree.
By the power vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I bestow upon you the degree of Master of Social Welfare with all the rights and privileges thereof. Congratulations.
Jorge Rojas. Christine Irene Munoz Aguilar. Ji Hyun Yoon. Jeanette Zuniga. Jenny Yvette Becerra. Jamie Crystal Beavers. Lexus Baxter. Erica LeRae Brown. Sofia Teresa Muscatello. Katie Taylor Fishman. Yesenia Daniela Munoz. Kevin Chester Hale. Susan Laurel Tipton. Crystal Cardenas. Victoria Andrade. Sandra Delgado. Evelyn Emperatriz Larios. Erica Ann Ontiveros. Nicole Cruz Niausi. Benjamin Wong Nguyen. Anush Petrosian. Jennifer Michelle Weil. Molly Rachel Siegel. Sherry Massa Gerard. Elise Kozak. Sharon Rachel Stone. Roxana Yagubian. Caitlin Kimberly Medina. Catherine Asopardi. Jacqueline Nicole Drown. Sue Ann Kane. Hannah Kirsch. Jean-Claire Pertier. Jacqueline Diaz. Nayeli Velasco. Nikki Perez. Lauren Altia Williams. Annalie Flores. Helen Vanessa Alvarez Alcedo. Marisol Granillo Arce. Marina Elena Delgado. Fátima Cervantes. Adriana Maria López Esteban. Claudia Gonzalez. Ana Luz Méndez Valencia. Jocelyn Yvette Aguirre. Carla Carmen Gonzalez. Caroline Menji Menjivar. Jordan Elan Held. Alexandra Lee Rhodes. Macy Marie Regal. Rislin Ajaute. Veronica Lena Galdames. Lisa Marie Moreno. Vanessa Resendez. Sonia Maldonado. Cristian Jose Portillo. Guillermo Espinosa Ojeda. Fernando Regosa. Christopher Alexander Ayala. Tiffany Crystal Prater. Carol Hernandez. Christina Ayako Caligari. I'm sorry. Tessa Marie McFarland. Kenya Lisbeth Ortega. Lisbeth Gutierrez. Gabriela Hernandez. Michelle Stephanie Lynn. Nastasia Krista Bernal. Angela Jiang. Xiang Yop Lee. Jamie Almaria Crisostomo. Karina Vargas. Paloma Alejandra Herrera. Eileen Ordokanian. Andrea Crystal Medina. Jacqueline Lozano. Serena Trenwin. Aaron Butler. Margaret Sarah Gross. Rosa Zavala Guzman. Jessica Marie Vigil. Denise Shavona Webb. Rebecca Waterhouse. Sarah Smith. Kimberly Nicole Gall. Jordan Rose Levine. Catherine Strong. Emily Rebecca Farrow. Adam Cortez. Madeline Rash. Kristen Brock Petrosius. Sabrina Shu. Helen Hyland Chen. Angela C. Wang. Rachel Cup. Ruby Ramirez. Karina Post.
Congratulations, social welfare. Okay. And last but not least, the candidates for the degree of Master of Urban Planning. Professors Vinit Mukija and Michael Manville will present the candidates, and Dean Segura will confer the degree.
Will the candidates for the Master of Urban and Regional Planning please stand? Dean Gary Segura, I present to you the candidates for the Master of Urban and Regional Planning. On behalf of the faculty of the Department of Planning, I certify that these candidates have fulfilled the rigorous requirements of the MERP degree.
By the power vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I bestow upon you the degree of Master of Urban and Regional Planning and all the rights and privileges thereof. Congratulations.
Warren Wells. Melissa Davidson Sather. Sarah Stockham. Miriam Pinsky. Katrina Bremer. Michelle Chung. Roxana Aslan. Britter McComber. Layla Moinzadeh. Soham Desi. Aleli Janine Balaguer. Riley O'Brien. Cameron Phillips. Jordan Bashi Ruby Jean Hallman. Mustafa Gunain. Jasneet Kaur Baines. Andres Carrasquillo. Nicholas Maldarelli. Cameron Olson. Ryan Schum. Jeffrey Liu. Sabrina Kim. Eve Backrack. Aubrey Blacker. Susan Hernandez. Thomas Abbott. Maxwell Albrecht. Emilio Ballinget. Ryan Kurtzman. Abigail Willis. Liana Katz. Rabi Abunor. Dylan Julia. Ryland Liu. Joshua Baum. Alfonso Directo, Jr. Christian Borreco. Shane Smith. Motome Sasaki. Zhaoen Fang. Dongdong Chen. Matthew Hartzell. Gilberto Cruz. Katie Seti Steinberg. Daniel Broder. John Witkowski. Dylan Lawrence. Henry Phipps. Lilia Alejandra Guerrero Ruiz. Rebecca Toda. Sonia Suresh. Lolly Lim. Katrina Lapira. Kalila Haynes. Mahona Yui. Shine Ling. Michelle Turto. Nathan Robert Serafine. Destiny Preston. Mark Kennegas.
All right. It's my privilege now to welcome you to the Luskin Alumni Association. On behalf of future generations of Luskin students, I want to thank you in advance for the embarrassingly large checks you're going to be sending us. All right, our ceremony is now drawing to a close, but I want to give a special thanks to the university organist, Professor Christoph Bull. I would also like to extend my gratitude to the faculty and staff of the Luskin School of Public Affairs, all of whom have worked very hard to make today and indeed your degrees possible. A big thank you to His Honor the Mayor, Rusty Bailey, for joining us and sharing his message with us today. So now, we salute you, the graduates of the UCLA Luskin School of Public Affairs. You are no longer students. You are now UCLA Luskin alums, and we hope to hear from you as you launch your new careers. Let's have one final round of applause for the class of 2018. Family and friends. Family and friends, please remain in your seats. Family and friends, please remain in your seats while the class of 2018 and the faculty exit Royce Hall. And please join us outside on the Dickson Plaza for a reception where you can rejoin your loved ones. Congratulations, Luskin 2018.
flatter.